So, which type of accounting firm owner are you? Are you the CEO of your firm or an employee in your firm? Either one is good. There's no right or wrong. It's a matter of personal choice and knowing if you are satisfied, if there need to be some adjustments. This is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution. So, here's the difference between the CEO versus being an employee in your firm. CEOs, they're building a business which actually functions on a daily basis without them. So they are not involved in the day-to-day operations. They're focusing on the higher value aspects regarding client services as well as business development and maybe even not feeling like a slave to their business. On the other hand, the self-employed business owners are building a firm which actually just gives them a steady paycheck. So where are you? Are you more of that CEO mindset where you want to build a firm that operates even when you're not there? Or are you looking for that steady paycheck or maybe somewhere in between? And the bottom line, it's actually possible to switch from one to the other. So that's something to think about also. But I want to talk about that CEO mindset. What is it that really allows someone to build a business that operates without them being involved in the day-to-day operation? And the reason that this is important is because this keeps you from experiencing what I call the upper limit challenge. That's where your revenues are maxed out because your time's tapped out. So when you have no more time left to give, then you can't increase your earning potential. And the CEO mindset applies even if you're a solo business owner. There is absolutely a way to be able to turn it around, no matter what size your firm is. So I have a couple of things for you to think about in order to start moving in this direction of being the CEO in your firm instead of an employee within your firm. The very first one is working from the top down. That's where you start with forward thinking about where you want your firm to be. It might be in 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It depends on you. I like to focus on 12 months out for most of the business owners that I work with. And once you know what it is you want to achieve in that future period of time, let's say 12 months, then you want to start understanding what is the actions that need to be taken to achieve that result. So one of the things I look at is destination. You want to identify exactly where you want to be. And the clearer, the more fine-tuned it is, the more likely you are to actually achieve that result. The second thing is define. You want to create a strategy that's going to help you achieve that outcome. So that's number 2. And then the third thing is decisions. And to realize that the decisions that you make today ought to be moving you closer to that end goal. So those are 3 things to think about as you're moving forward and stepping into that CEO mindset is destination, define the action steps, and then the decisions you make today ought to be moving you in that direction. So that's the very first thing, is understanding the end result. The next thing is delegation to increase capacity. I know that this is a hot topic that is talked about so much, but let's just be real, especially as the firm owner, and if you're doing the day-to-day technical work, then your plate is always full. And we want to find ways to either delegate or automate the tasks that you're doing. And by doing this, it also means creating processes in order to maintain standards and your quality of service, because you want to deliver a certain quality of service no matter who is doing that service within your firm for your clients. But when you think about it, as you start to delegate or automate, it clears your plate of those lower level tasks. And this then frees you up to optimize your time in order to work on the higher value activities, whether it is advisory services, business development, increasing your profit margin, or just some self-care because you deserve it. So in order to do this, systems give you freedom. And even if you're not ready to build or expand your team yet, now is the exact time you ought to begin writing out and developing your processes and workflows. Don't wait until you're ready to add to your team or grow a team. Start doing it now one by one, slow, steady momentum is going to add up over time. So develop your processes and your workflows now for when you're ready to go ahead and maybe pass on some of those things to somebody else. And the third thing is consistency and patience. Even if you have some fears, moving this direction takes courage. The confidence comes later. But it's about having hope that you can go ahead and achieve something that's important and meaningful for you. So with that, realize that growing your firm doesn't happen overnight. I know that this is something you're already aware of. Sometimes it's worth having that reminder. And growing your firm requires time as well as effort. It's an investment of resources, money as well. But think about it like compounding interest. Steady small deposits will go ahead and increase over time. So it doesn't mean you need to go ahead and just wipe out your calendar and create a whole chunk of time, which you really don't have. But look for ways to be able to consistently work on your business instead of only working in your business in order to create those workflows, those processes, and focus more on what it is you want to achieve by year end. So I know that as you're moving forward in this direction, challenges arise. It's going to be something where maybe you have doubts. You wonder, who are you to be doing this? That imposter syndrome flares up. Or that you don't want to make a mistake and maybe upset someone. As a result, you end up second guessing yourself. Or maybe you even postpone that decision because it feels overwhelming to you. That is the reality. It's something that all of us at some point experience. It's how you respond to it that makes the difference as to whether you move forward or you resist. So I just want to say, so often, it's the firm owners who are the bottlenecks in their firm's success of being able to move forward. It's your emotions, your concerns that tend to hijack your decisions sometimes, even the ones that you know would be beneficial in moving your firm forward in a specific way. And there is a reason for that. It's because we are kind of wired for survival to avoid mistakes, failure, or things that create additional stress and overwhelm. So there's a reason that happens, but you don't have to be something that stops you from doing what you know is the right thing for you to be doing. And when you go ahead and you start to define your plan, you map it out, you know the specific milestones, you're able to now consider which decisions that are coming to you are aligned with your goal and which are not. As a result, some of that overwhelm, some of those worries are not going to hijack your firm's growth in the way that they would if you weren't as mindful about it. So there you have it. Those are the 3 guidelines to start adopting a CEO mindset about your firm's growth. It's working from the top down, knowing where you want to be in about a year from now, delegating in order to, or automating in order to increase capacity, and then consistency and patience. Even if you have some fears, don't let them stop you. If you feel that your mindset maybe interferes, it holds you back, you know that you want to be able to move forward and do these things, you just don't have the right steps to do that, then join me for the virtual strategic planning retreat. It's going to be set on November 13th and 14th. It's designed to make 2025 your best year ever in order to increase your market share and also raise your profit margins. If that sounds like something you're ready to do, you want to go ahead and know exactly what to focus on to kickstart 2025, then get all the details for the virtual strategic planning retreat at businesssuccesssolution.com/retreat. Let me know what you thought about this, what you took away, what resonated with you, where you need more information. I look forward to further conversations and to seeing you at the retreat. Lauren Fogelman, showing accounting firm owners how to double their income, working half the time.